You feel it in the silence. A gentle pull, subtle at first, like the tide receding. His presence, close and warm, is now drifting at the edge of your consciousness. Your heart begins to tighten. Something has shifted between you. It can start as a mere pause in conversation, a distance in the way he holds your hand. At first it seems small, but days pass, and the absence of his smile grows. The laughter fades. Even the sunsets you once watched together lose their color. In these quiet moments, the questions swirl in your mind. Did I say something wrong? Did I hope for too much? Did I move too fast? You search for answers in the echoes of your silence, trying to stitch together what you had. You wonder if you imagine things. Maybe there is no real reason. But deep down, you know something has changed. It's as if he is slowly stepping out of your life, leaving behind unanswered questions and an emptiness you can't quite fill. But what if the story you tell yourself is not the whole story? Imagine for a moment that his retreat is not about you at all. What if his silence is not rejection, but a cry of something else? What if he is pulled by something he can't even name? The truth may be hidden beneath layers you've never seen. Carl Jung taught that sometimes we will do anything to avoid facing the dark parts of our own nature. Perhaps, in his quiet withdrawal, he is doing just that. Not because he doesn't care, but because something inside him is too painful to face right now. He might be stepping back, not from love, but into himself, into the shadows of his own fears. He might be grappling with wounds that have nothing to do with you, echoes of a past that haunt him in moments you cannot see. In that sense, he is not running from you. He is running towards something, a truth buried deep in his soul. The fear of intimacy can be so intense that even the warmth of your love feels like too much at once, and so he pauses. What he needs might be for you to stay, gently, without pressure, to offer the space for him to find his way back through the silence. This is the real reason, not your fault, not your failure, but the echo of his own missing pieces seeking wholeness. But understanding this doesn't make the pain go away. The heart still aches in the quiet. You still feel alone in the void he leaves. The uncertainty still bites. As this chapter begins to unfold, ask yourself if he is not pulling away from you, but towards himself. What does that mean for you? He is lost in his own maze. A part of him is afraid to love, thinking opening his heart could break him. Every step back is not a dismissal of you, but a desperate attempt to find solid ground on which he can stand. You too are caught in this dance of shadows. You lie awake at night, heart pounding with imagined scenarios. Each unanswered message feels like a stone sinking to the bottom of a well, heavy with doubt and longing. Inside, you may feel anger. How dare he withdraw when you gave him your whole heart? But that anger is just fear wearing a mask, your soul protecting itself from the pain of uncertainty. Often we think stepping away means a relationship is ending. But in the quiet of your moonlit apartment, something else is happening. Something transformative. He is on his own inner journey now. Jung would say he's confronting the shadow parts of himself that he once ignored. It's a painful pilgrimage he must make alone. You can't chase him or force him to stay. His soul is crying out in a language you cannot translate. Instead, be the gentle presence at the edges of his mind, steady, patient, understanding. And in doing so, you discover something profound. You hold your pain with dignity and claim your worth, independent of how near or far he is. The emotional revelation here is subtle but powerful. His pulling away can be an invitation for you to grow stronger. So, as you sit in the quiet of the night, let the silence teach you. The end of this part of the story is near. But know this, a breakthrough is waiting in the silence. This pause between you is not the end of the journey. He's gone quiet again, and the silence feels like a question mark stamped across your day. There's a pattern that repeats in many relationships. This is where strategy matters, not manipulation, but wisdom. Your task then is not to negate his reality, but to refuse to internalize it. In the end, power lies in your choices. When you walk through this, let your heart be both tender and wise. Tenderness keeps you human, wisdom keeps you safe. This balance is the vessel that carries you through the uncertainty of another silence. There is one last layer you must understand because this is where many women either reclaim their power or lose themselves trying to hold someone who is not yet capable of holding them back. When a man pulls away, the deepest temptation is to wait in emotional suspension, to pause your life, to stay half present everywhere else, because part of you is listening for his return. This is the most dangerous place to linger, not because waiting is wrong, but because disappearing from yourself is. Silence is only powerful when it is chosen, not endured. The silence that heals is the silence where you return to your body, your breath, your rhythm, where you stop scanning for his mood and start noticing your own, where you ask yourself, not, how do I get him back, but how do I come back to myself? This is the silence that changes the dynamic. Because when you stop chasing resolution, something shifts. He either feels the absence and steps forward consciously, or the space becomes the answer. Both outcomes are clarity. Both protect your future. There is a truth few will say out loud. Not every man who pulls away is meant to come back. Some appear only to awaken you, to reveal your capacity for depth, to show you how much intimacy you are ready for, even if they were not. And that does not make the connection meaningless. It makes it catalytic. If he returns, notice how he returns. Does he take responsibility for the distance? Does he speak with more awareness? Does he show consistency over time, not just intensity in a moment? Words are easy after absence. Patterns are not. And if he does not return, let that truth land without self-betrayal. Let it hurt without making it a verdict on your value. Grief does not mean you were wrong to love. It means you were brave enough to open. There is something profoundly attractive, almost unsettling, to a woman who does not collapse when someone withdraws, who remains emotionally available without becoming emotionally dependent, who can say quietly, I care, and I trust myself either way. That kind of woman does not need to manipulate silence. Her presence alone teaches others how to treat her. So if you are in that space right now, waiting, wondering, feeling the ache of unanswered questions, hear this clearly. You are not being tested to see how much you can endure. You are being invited to see how deeply you can honor yourself. Love that requires you to abandon your center is not love. It is survival disguised as attachment. And real intimacy does not grow in fear. It grows where two people are willing to stay present with discomfort rather than escape it. If he is capable of that, he will meet you there. If he is not, you will still be whole. Because the real power was never in whether he stayed, it was always in whether you did.